Hello, welcome back to another video. Another different thing we're doing today. I'm actually going on a bit of an exploration mission, or a reconnaissance mission, for somewhere that I could potentially use my underwater drones. And I also want to touch on a couple of subjects that are going to help me and hopefully you progress a little bit with YouTube. So let's get going. So I guess I could tell you a little bit more about where I am and what my plan is for today. This, although you can't see much at the moment, is a place that's called McDermott Base, or it was called McDermott Base. I'm about 30 miles away from where I stay in Lossiemouth, just a couple of miles down the road from the town of Nairn, still on the Murray coastline. And this location used to be a fabrication yard for the oil and gas industry. It was put together back in about the 1970s sometime. And it was in operation up until 18 years ago. It closed its doors in 2001. And the reason I'm interested in this place is because it's an old port, effectively. So there is water here under control, which is quite good for the likes of the underwater drones that I'm wanting to try and find a regular test location. But there's another couple of reasons I wanted to come here. Partly, it should be nice and quiet, and it is nice and quiet. But also, based on the video I made with Mikey last week, one of the things I was asking him about is B-roll and how to make good B-roll, and I figured this might be a good place to try it out. Now, the reason I want to start making some B-roll is that I want to make these videos a little bit more cinematic, a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more interesting. And I think that looking at things from the point of view of moving into something new, whether that be a business, whether that be YouTube or anything in life, when you're taking steps into something new, I think it's quite important to try and learn as much about that as you can so that you can do the best that you can. So for me, the initial steps on YouTube are going to be learning how to make videos and how to make my YouTube channel work so that I can then use it to document the rest of the journey, which is very much about Innovocean and making life a bit more fun and doing some more interesting things. So I guess that all starts today. And I will say, we're only 20 miles away from where I shot the video last week with Mikey. 7 days have passed. I forgot my jacket and I'm regretting that now. We've gone from glorious sunshine and t-shirts on the beach to not quite warm enough in a hoodie. It's dropped about 10 or 12 degrees in a week. So I'm going to have a explore around here. Hopefully try and get my drone up, which will bring me on to the next little topic I wanted to talk about. And let's see what we can find. So there you have my first attempts at a little bit of aerial work and a little bit of B-roll. I'll let you be the judge. Feel free to stick any comments down below as to how you think I can improve, or if you thought it was okay. I've had to take a little bit of shelter. The rain's coming through now, and as I say, I forgot my jacket. It wasn't ideal. I should learn for the next time, for sure. But what I wanted to cover whilst I'm here is that the stuff I've used, the kit I've used to practice this for the first time, I haven't gone out and bought anything additional, and that's something I wanted to pick up on, is that one of the tips I'm following, as I've said, I want to document me taking the advice of others as I get started with this channel, is not to rush out and buy lots of new gear. I'm fortunate that I do have a few bits and pieces. I'm shooting on a Canon EOS 80D, and a lot of the stuff that I've hopefully included in a nice little cinematic sequence for you was shot on my iPhone XS Max, sometimes using this little Osmo 2 mobile device, which I've had for a little while now. Haven't really given much use, but I'm hoping to get some use out of that. And the aerial stuff, the drone stuff, I don't have a fancy Phantom 4 like Mikey's got. I don't have an Inspire or anything big and badass. All I have is a DJI Spark. Now this thing only shoots in 1080 and it's limited to 30 frames a second. So I'm never going to make any Hollywood blockbusters with it, let's be honest. But if by using the kit that I've got without running out and buying any new stuff, I can make something that's a little bit more interesting and adds a little bit more spice to the videos, then I've achieved it with no extra cost, which is something that I'm hoping anyone out there hasn't done, is to run out and buy extra kit. I've also got a G7X, Canon G7X, which I use when I can't take the big camera around. But that's pretty much it. That's all the gear I have, and I'm going to try and make these things better, make these videos better, using just that for the time being. But I think with the way the rain's coming down now, I'm going to have to take my chance and get back to the car and head home before I get too wet and all the gear gets too wet. So I'll make my way back to the car and catch up with you shortly. As you can see, I've made it back to the car, and as a bonus, I am dry, which I'm quite pleased about. Ironically, as you may or may not be able to see, the sun's now come back out now that I've made the big long walk back to the car, but that's the way it goes. I guess today I came out here with 3 objectives, and I think I've managed it. The first one was to check this place out to see if I could bring my underwater drones down here, and by the looks of things I can, which is great news. And you know, it's part of the Moray Firth, so there could be some sea life, there could be some remnants and artefacts of when this place was a fabrication yard, which might be quite interesting. So I'll definitely be coming back. And as I discovered at the end, there's a whole section that I didn't even realise was there, so I'll definitely have to come back and explore that. So that was a success. And the other 2 parts of today were taking on board advice and tips that I've got from Mikey McManus from my collaboration in the last video. I'll stick a link up there if you've not watched it. And to try and use the gear that you've got without going out and spending additional funds and additional money to try and get into something new. So that was kind of what today was about. I hope I've had some level of success with my first steps into B-roll and aerial cinematic genius. Give me a comment down below actually, and let me know how you think I got on, or things I could have done better, or if you think it adds anything to the video. I'd be quite keen to get your feedback. One of the reasons I wanted to practice that, in fact, is that myself and my family are going off to Greece on Thursday this week, and I'm taking an underwater drone and I'm taking my camera gear, and I want to capture it. Whether or not that makes it to YouTube or not, I don't know yet. It probably will, to be honest with you, because I'm trying to keep my Monday deadlines. Got to stick to your word. So yeah, we go off on Thursday, and I wanted to get some practice before I went, basically. So, like I say, let me know what you think anyway. I'm going to head back now and get this edited up to try and hit my Monday evening deadline. If this isn't on a Monday evening, again, feel free to slate me down below, because I said I was going to do it, and I'm trying my best. If you liked this video, which I hope you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you don't already, and I need to come up with something for the bell. Everyone's got something for the bell. Mine might just be, just do something with the bell. So, just do something with the bell. I think you get the idea. I'll get back home, and I will catch you, hopefully in the sunshine, in the next video. Peace.